Alright, so the loft is done. Finally finished painting. We're gonna go ahead and start giving you guys a tour. Are you guys excited?
Yeah!
Alright.
Amazing!
We've got these LED lights. We made this bar here, which we have a video on that if you're interested in on how to build it. We put some LED puck lights underneath here and here. Those puck lights are rechargeable. They're also controlled with the remote with this. So you can change it if you wanted a fixed color. You can go adjust it like this. You can do red. Then you can do a flash. And then we have a little trim light there. Got a little mattress.
I'm kidding.
Cool.
Could you go get hippo?
Sure. All right. And then you guys want to show them the basketball?
Hippo?
Yeah, let's get hippo.
She may.
Which we got at Costco. And you can just put it up like so. And we have these fuzzy balls. I think they're dryer balls. Oh!
Remember those Kevin Mom's dress? A second, guys. Oh, I just catched it.
Cool. Good catch. You want to show them your hidden door?
Yeah.
No one will know about it except for everyone on YouTube.
Okay.
All right, let's see. So there's a little slot here that we cut out. Let's see what we... Oh! What do we have here? The Chunk Kids.
I'm going to show you how we can disappear in our secret hideout area.
Awesome. Okay, I'll say the magic words, okay? And then you guys can disappear. All right, so I'm going to say abracadabra, alakazam. Let's see if the Chunk Kids can disappear. All right, so now let's go ahead and open this up. Ah, they're gone! Where did you go? Before moving on to the build, if you enjoy the content, we'd really appreciate it if you smash the like button because it really helps with the YouTube algorithm. The first step is to build a box frame. I like to use these 90-degree clamps because it ensures that the frame is perfectly square every time. Lindsay went ahead and finished the first coat of paint. I'm going to go ahead and start the framing. I have this ladder set up here because I'm going to try to set this corner or part of the frame onto here. While I use these 2x4s, excuse me, to hold this up in place. I went ahead and I took my level and I measured out I needed 33 inches from the ceiling. I set my level and I drew a line with a pencil. After I used the ladder and the 2x4s to get the frame and the general location, I had Lindsay use another 2x4 to fine tune the final height before I went ahead and screwed everything together. Kind of tricky doing this by yourself. I added some extra 2x4s to the end or on top of the ladder. That way you can give it some extra height. And you can see where I have the masking tape. Those are a few general locations where I marked out the studs. That way I can screw things in pretty quickly. But again, I'm double checking with my stud finder. After a few screws are drilled into the wall and the frame is pretty secure, I attach the corner brace or vertical stud, which will also serve as part of the ladder. I made sure to double check the top of the frame was level and the brace was plumb. Using a clamp is handy if you don't have an extra set of hands. Now I'm going in and drilling a few more screws into the studs behind the wall just to make sure the entire platform is very secure. After attaching one of the vertical braces on the left side, I move on to the vertical braces on the right. It's the same process. I make sure that the top of the frame is level, and I check to make sure the vertical support is also plumb before I finally attach the screws.
Is that stuck in there?
No, I thought it was, but
Well, I guess you haven't got
ladder's not stuck. All right, so we finished a lot of the framing. Let me show you. I just set some OSB on top. And I cut these into 2-foot strips. And I drilled these holes in there. Everything's gonna be painted white. But I drilled these holes, that way Gray can actually lift this up and the bottom's gonna be covered and he can use this as some secret storage. So, oh, by the way, I have some center supports that I have to cut out and put in as well. I forgot to do that. Here's a look underneath. Gray, 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 gray. Olive, olive, olive.
Can I go in there?
Yeah. All right, so the framing is pretty much done. I'm underneath because I'm showing you guys. I went ahead and added these braces to the center just for extra support. I'm gonna go ahead and get this covered just like I did on this side. So there'll be one large piece covering all that over there. All right, so I ran all this wood through the planer. It has a nice, smooth, squared edge. I've laid it out here to show you what it's gonna look like. Now, for the railing, I'm gonna use this 1/2-inch conduit pipe. What I'm gonna do is I have this spade bit. It's a 3/4 inch spade bit for the 1/2-inch conduit pipe. And what I'm gonna do is I marked it off at 1/2 inch with a painter's tape. So I'll go ahead and drill up to here, up to here as well. And then I'll drill 4 holes in that piece there. And then after I do that, I'll be able to paint the conduit pipe and slide it through as railing. So I took my combination square, I marked out the center line, and I marked off spots at every 2.5 inches. So everything will be nice and consistent when I drill. Just before I cut the pipe, I need to take a measurement. I'm measuring from the edge of that board there. And I have 2 of these boards stacked. Here it's marked at 51 inches. But what I'll need to do is, I drilled a 1/2 inch hole in each of these board supports. So I'll need to add 1 inch to that. So the pipe's gonna be a total of 52 inches. All right, so there's the rough draft. You can kind of get an idea of what it's going to look like. Like I said, this is the frame's going to be painted white and the pipes are going to be painted black. All right, I used some pocket holes to connect the bottom and the top piece. I have this center piece clamped down. Before I put this last side piece together, I have to slide the conduit pipe through, and then I can sandwich that in between this board. All right, I've got the face put together.
The rails look nice and clean. Again, that's just the conduit pipe, and I use some Rust-Oleum flat black paint. I'm gonna go ahead and set this up, mount it onto the loft area, and I'll probably add a little cap or a piece of wood that goes all the way across there too. All right, we put the face up. It's looking pretty good. Just a few more steps to go. All right, I just applied some DAP plastic wood over the areas where I had the screws exposed. Where did it go? Here, there, there. I covered up the pocket holes in the back.
Yeah.
Now we're adding the steps to the ladder. We used 2x3s and fastened them with 3-inch screws. I'm using clamps to hold everything down and make sure the steps are level before driving the screws in.
Let's test out the new stairs.
Yep.
You made it. Almost. You made it! Olive's the climber.
Wait.
Should have gotten dog on me.
Look at Olive, watch. Gray did it all by himself. That's true. He did it all by himself. All right, good job, guys. Yay. Sloan, that's going to be covered, though, so you won't be able to sit like that anymore. So enjoy it while it lasts. Mwahaha. You guys like it so far? Okay, let's move on to the next steps.
Now we're adding some shiplap to the bottom ceiling of the loft. We just used 5mm ply and attached it using wood glue and 1/2-inch 18-gauge brad nails. We spaced the shiplap using an 1/8-inch tile spacer, but you can use a coin like a nickel or a dime, just depends on how close you want the gaps to be.
One, two, three. Oh, you did it! Woo!
Building the hidden door for the secret room was a little tricky. I wanted the door to swing out due to the small space we had to work with. I thought of using regular cabinet hinges, but they would be visible from the outside. If I flipped them, the door would have to open inwards, which isn't what we wanted. I came across these cabinet hinges on Amazon, which ended up working out. You can't see them from the outside, so the door's completely hidden. I decided to use 1x4s for the door frame and a 5mm sheet of plywood since it was light, and I added vertical slats to give it a modern look. The vertical slats also make it easy to hide the door. Here's how the door frame looks installed. You can see how the hinges work. It's completely hidden. They have a close assist feature with built-in springs, which is also nice. I added the Amazon affiliate link in the description in case you want to pick these up.
Okay, got my magnet set up here, and when you close, boom. This is all going to be painted black. Then we'll add the slats so it'll look nice and clean. Alright, this is all painted now, so what I'm going to do is to cover up this edge, I actually just went ahead and purchased this galvanized edge flashing for roofs, and I spray painted it black, and I'll just go ahead, cut it to size. It's a 10-foot length, and so all I'm going to do is align this and use some adhesive to stick it on. Now the best, I use this for all my projects. We have the 3M or Loctite PL3 times premium. This stuff is super strong. So I'll just put a few dabs on the top, the center, and the bottom, and I'll use some painter's tape to hold it on, and we should be good.
Alright, so the loft is done. Finally finished. You guys want to shoot some hoops or something?
Sure. Wait, shoot some poop.
Shoot some hoops! Woo! Good job. Oh! Can Dad spend the night here on the top bunk sometimes, Gray?
No, I'm gonna sleep up there.
You're gonna sleep on the top?
Yeah.
Can I sleep on the bottom then?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Yes, you have a
Cool.
photo.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah.
Can Sloan and Olive come spend the night sometimes?
Yeah.
Can they hang out?
Yeah.
Alright.
They can hang out.
Alright, thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for watching the Chunk Kids. Peace out. Wait for the Chunk Kids. Peace out.